12 now.
Oh, so
11 or 12.
his voice hasn't dropped yet.
No.
You still have
I
the
don't know if
part.
he might get recast as he gets any older.
I know they're thinking about recasting Miley Flanagan. Miley Flanagan had to audition for Naruto. The 3 years.
Write that down.
Yeah.
Write that down.
Well,
He wants me to
She's,
post this
she's
video on
also got
YouTube.
that great voice.
Write it down. Write that note.
Yeah.
Has there ever been a character that you just lobbied to play that you just wanted so desperately to play?
I mean, I bugged my agent if I get that one. I don't know. It's a kind of different thing. Like, you don't really find out so much about what's casting until your agent calls you in for an audition. So I don't know that I've ever really lobbied for anything so much.
I wanted to play Indiana Jones, but Harrison Ford got the part.
I've been very fortunate. I mean, the characters I really wanted and knew about, I got. But I think it's because I really, really wanted them, and I put more into those auditions than the others. But generally, I mean, we're learning about these shows as we get them, You guys probably know more about them than we do. So you're thinking, oh man, he'd be great in that, but we don't know anything about it.
Luckily, as usually I direct everything that I work on, that I act on, I have no problem getting whatever part I want in the series that I direct. Luckily.
It's good to be king.
I think I'll play Conchime this season. Fun guy. Yeah.
Is there a specific format or setting for audition?
For auditioning? Yeah, I mean, typically you, most of the time, I don't know about you guys, I don't get scripts ahead of time or anything. My agent will call and you go in and you have the copy there. I mean, they'll give you as much time as you need. I'm the kind of person that doesn't need a lot of time with copy. I prefer not to have too much time. So it depends, most of the time I go into my agent's office and record it there. Every once in a while, like for Jess, I usually will go, into the studio, Studiopolis, in Burbank usually. And he'll have a script there and we'll go to the booth and do it.
We have what's called sides, and each character will have like some dialogue, like as the writer I will pull some dialogue from the series and put it there with a little picture of the character as well.
Picture's very helpful.
Yeah.
And a description of the character, how old.
And you have about maybe 5 or 6 of these sides or lines, and you've got. It's best to get there early so you can read them, so you're not going in completely cold. And then you go in the booth and you do your best with it.
And then I tell you have a terrible British accent.
And you go and cry.
Hello, governor. Can't say yourself.
Oh, friend.
The guy with the Pikachu on his head. There you go.
Hey, this is a question for Jim. Are you very close to your relative?
I'm sorry, speak up.
Oh, sorry. Can you hear me now?
It's a little hard, but
Okay. I can sort of hear you now. Okay, I can talk about it. Are you very close to your relative, Leonard?
Leonard Nimoy. Yes, he's my second cousin, once removed. But we are very close, because there are only 3 Nimoys in show business. Leonard, his son Adam is the director. He does a lot of 1-hour episodic TV, and then me. So Leonard is a great guy. He actually got me into the Screen Actors Guild. There's a ride at Epcot Center, I don't know if it's still there, called Body Wars. But if you go there, it was done in like 1989, but you see a young Jeff Nimoy there, playing like a Mr. Sulu type of helmsman.
I did not know that.
And also while you're online for Body Wars, you can hear me saying like, Med 1, please report to the deminiaturization chamber. Med 1, please report. Things like that.
How old were you when you met him?
Oh, when I met Leonard, I was like 16. I came in, because he lived in California. I'm from New York, Brooklyn, New York. So I made my first trip out to California around 16, and I met him then. He was very close with my uncle who lived out there. But then he came to New York to direct 3 Men and a Baby. I don't know if a lot of people don't realize he directed that, but at the time it was the biggest money-making movie Disney ever had. So when he came out to New York, he gave me a job as a PA. I was in college at the time. So that was great. We got to hang out on the movie set in New York. I got to hang out with Ted Danson and Steve Guttenberg and Tom Selleck. So that was pretty cool. And then I moved out to LA eventually, and yeah, he's a great guy. I could say nothing but great things about Leonard. That's a good question.
I'm barely related to George Strait.
All my exes live
in Texas.
That's why I do anime conventions in Tennessee.
They've been practicing that all morning.
Hoping that we could somehow get it in. Any other questions?
What is the oddest thing that's ever happened to you? Just in general, in life? The oddest thing?
Again, involves flashing, but I was at a convention in Florida, and I was walking by the swimming pool, and this girl in the swimming pool said, "Maeve Hughes!" And I went, "Yeah, hi," and she went, "Woo!" And I was like, "Well, hey, hi." And she had a friend next to her in the pool, this guy, and he was just like, so I know that, obviously not his, her boyfriend, so I said, "Dude, have you ever seen this side of your friend before?" And he goes, And I said, "You owe me."
All right. Me and my best friend are making demos. Is it all right if we send it to you if we know where to send it?
The best thing to do with the demo these days is to put it online, I would think, right?
I would think, yeah.
Yeah.
How can I be sure that y'all will get it?
You can't.
You cannot. And at Funimation, a demo doesn't go very far at all. We'd much rather hear you in the booth.
The major problem also, though, is where do you live? In Tennessee?
Yes.
Yeah, the major problem is you have to go where the work is. They're not going to do a phone patch for especially ADR when you have to see the picture in lip sync. So it's a major problem. You have to live where the work is. Texas, Los Angeles, Vancouver, Toronto, wherever else they do it. I'm not sure where else they do it.
New York, does it?
New York, yeah, New York we do Pokemon in New York. So that's a major problem too. I'm sorry.
Yeah, because then it becomes a matter of, okay, is this voice so great that we're going to fly them out to record, you know? And generally they can find somebody who's just as good or at least comparable to what it is.
Well, all right. So basically, it's basically a walk-in appointment.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Pretty much,
exactly.
yeah. And Funimation has a lot of open auditions, you know. They're not all private, but you just have to be there to do it.
It's a tough business. I mean, can't lie to you. It's the competition is insane.
I love the idea behind it. I would break all the tough spots. I really would.
Well, you know, I wish you the best of luck. It's a really tough business, and perseverance is definitely, it's a war of attrition. The last person to leave the party wins usually. So, you know, best of luck to you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Way in the back.
Super Shocker! I'll get all the Tentamon out of the way now so I can rest my voice. Does this information superhighway ever rest up? I gotta go potty! That's it.
Girl with the camera.
With the in that same vein, could you say the famous cross-line book with the, that my friend is so cold.
Wait, say it again?
See where they throw the cross off the bus, they say, what? Heavy? He says, well, that, my friend, is because it's so cold.
That, my friends, is because it's so full of mercy. I love the scene of the airways eating the apple and, you know, as an afterthought. Oh yeah, go with the grace of God.
Did you ever have to work with 4 kids, and how badly did you regret that?
Ooh.
We were just talking about
We
it.
were.
I will not work with kids. I'm a mean man, as Colleen and I pointed out. It's very hard to work with kids. I did have to, in live action, work with some kids, you know, now and then. But in general, it's really tough to direct them, and especially ADR is just impossible. You have to be, you can't just have a great voice in ADR. You also have to be a great lip syncer too, which is a very special talent. You know, you have to match that, you know, lip flap within 1 or 2 takes, or the whole schedule's thrown into whack.
I worked with, the first show that I ever did was The Kids from Room 402,